Hello everybody, and today in this video I'm going to be telling you a story that happened in school. This happened about, let me think here, I was in 5th grade and I'm in 8th right now, so it happened about 3 years ago. And this is like one of the only times I ever got in trouble in school. I really wasn't too bad in school, like I was like goody two shoes basically until about 5th grade and beyond. And so I got in trouble like maybe once within like 4 years, like up to 5th grade. In 5th grade, I got like 3 referrals, which people wouldn't consider that bad, but my parents thought it was bad. So yeah, I think it's pretty bad too. But so I'm gonna be telling you a story about how I almost got in trouble for inspecting element. Yeah, it sounds retarded and really cringy, I know, but that's why I want to tell everybody. 'Cause it's so cringe. So it was just an average day, and in my school, if you're in 5th grade, you would have two teachers. You would have one teacher that does language arts and history, which are the two subjects that kind of connect in one way or another, and science and math was sometimes connected one with one another. So I was currently in my science class, which you'd have 2 times a day. You would have your science class for about, I would say, 5 hours a day. Then you'd have your history teacher for about 1.5. I was about to say 2. So about 1.5 days. Hours of the day. So you'd have to deal with your science or math teacher for a while. So I was on the second part of the day. Just came after lunch. So it's about 1. And I can't remember what happened. I can't remember fully what happened, but I remember me showing my friend. I'm not gonna say his name, but I'm just gonna call him that guy. Okay, that guy. I don't want to say his name because I don't want him to be known just for doing that, because it'd be stupid. So what happened was I told him. He didn't know because we're only in 5th grade. We barely knew about any technology back then. It was about, I think, 2014, 13. I think it's 2013 to 14 year. So we didn't know much about anything really, and so I showed him Inspect Element. I knew it for a while. I knew it for about a year, and I was showing him. He's like, "Oh, it's so cool! You could change you could temporarily change the color and the font and the text of a website, any website you want, and all you have to do to take it away is refresh it." Everyone thought it was so cool, and I guess I'm lucky that I wasn't held responsible for anything like annoyances, because first my friend and no, never mind. I'm gonna cut that out. First, what happened was I told that guy about it, and then he told someone else about it, and they thought, oh, that's cool. And then they told someone else about it, and they told another person about it, and then they told their friends about it, and the other person told their friends about it, and yeah, everybody in 5th grade knew about it because I told it to my friend, that guy. So it was really bad because every time someone would go on the computer to do our little AR, we had to read a certain amount of books and take a test on it or whatever. We had to do a certain amount of those every like quarter, I think. And if you want to go on there or do our I can't remember the other program we used to use. It was in history, I think, but we had to use it at least 4 times a week for 30 minutes. So we had to spend like 2 hours a week on it. Yeah, it was a pain. It was a very pain. Nobody liked it. Everyone hated it. But when we had to do that, we usually had to go on the browser to go and find the website that would take us to it. So everyone would, if they're doing anything on there, whether it be a free time or doing their work from their class, they would always be inspecting an element. And every time a teacher would look over, a kid press F12, go change something, show their friends, they think it's cool, do something else to make it even cooler. And that's what all the kids did for so long. And then eventually my science and math teacher wasn't too nice. She got so tired of it that these 2 other kids, not my friend, but these 2 other kids did it. They did it. They barely started doing it, so I don't know why they got in trouble for it. All the people did it way more than them. So they were just doing it in class, like one of the first times doing it, and then the teacher was like, you know what, I'm not having this anymore. This is annoying. It's stupid. And so my friend, the friend that I told it to at the beginning, kind of ratted me out on this. So the two kids got called up to the principal's office, and they were like, "Oh, I learned it from them." And they're like, "Well, they learned it from? Oh, they learned it from this guy. Oh, wait, who did they learn it from? Oh, from this guy, and he told this guy." And it basically all the way back up from all the kids, all the way to my friend. And can you guess what he said? Oh, it was me that did it. And I showed everyone how to do it. I did not show everyone how to do it. Every other person showed them how to do it. So everyone kept learning less and less on it because, like, I forgot what it's called, but I can't remember. It was a game where you would say something, and you would see how far you can go down a line before it got messed up. And it was kind of like that. So everyone started learning less and less and less, and got more and more confused about it. So they would ask the previous person about it, and they would usually tell them. So they got called to the principal's office. And they told them about everybody. And my friend gets called up there too. So it's 3 of them in the office right now. And they just have blank faces like, what did I do wrong? So my friend says, not my friend, the principal says, oh, who'd you learn this from? And then he says me. And then I get called up, and I'm like, you know what? I don't really care. I'm probably not gonna get in trouble for it anyways. And so I come up there. They gave me a bad look. They gave me a bad look because it wasn't the first time I got called to the principal's office that year. And I'll have to tell the other times I got referrals. It wasn't that funny, but I'll just tell you how it happened. And so I told them that I learned it. I told my friend, and it kind of spread like that. And they're like, well, you shouldn't spread around trends like that. That could prevent people from learning and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. And they're like, but I thought I was off. I thought I was off because I thought I was off the hook because they were like, all right, well, you can go then. And then walk up, I have to open the door to go back to my class, and they say, oh wait, can you show us how we do it? Not didn't show how we do it, but can you show them how people are doing it? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, is it hard? Is it easy? I'm like, it's easy. It's only a few steps. And then I come back to like the literacy coach or whatever, and I show her how to do it. And they're like, so it's not permanent? And they're like, no. And they're like, well, you shouldn't still be spreading this around and doing this kind of stuff in school. I'm like, okay. And then I come back. I have to sit there for about 30 minutes from them just talking, the principal and the literacy coach, I think, just sitting there talking for about 30 minutes. They come in and say, okay, you and my friend can go. And then they didn't let the other 2 kids go out for like an extra 20 minutes. So me and my friend, we got off the hook. We were like, oh Jesus, we could have got in trouble for inspecting an element, and we just laughed about it, and we still talk about it today. It was pretty funny. This is like one of the only times it was actually like funny for something bad to happen like this. Like not like bad, but something like getting almost in trouble. It was like the only funny moment, which is this time. But we still talk about it today. It's pretty hilarious. And just to think about it, I could have gotten a referral or something else that's stupid. Like I think my recess getting taken away. I could have had something like that happen to me over pressing right click and clicking inspect element, or pressing F12. And yeah, that's the whole story. It was pretty stupid. I don't think they should have called us down and made it that big of a deal out of it. They could have just said don't do it and they've been over with, but no, they had to make it to the extreme. But yeah, that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed the story, you want some more about my school or other stories about other things, please like, comment, subscribe, and nothing.